Hi, everybody. Hope you had a good day today. I tell you what, we had some pretty good rain this morning, and I'll show you some of those rain amounts coming up here in just a moment. I want to start and take you through several slides of information on Mount Hood. We do have at least one day some decent snow coming, and I'm going to show you what the snow levels are right now, trending to be all the way through New Year's. All right, this was 11 o'clock this morning, and look at that. That is ground with very little snow. That's up at Skibo's base at 4,000 feet, right there off of Highway 26 on Government Camp. And, we talked about this again during my winter outlook, that this could be one of those Christmases where you drive up to Mount Hood or Government Camp on Christmas Day, and there's literally no snow. Now, there is a system coming in Friday, which I think there's a good chance some of that snow will still be around on Christmas Day, but you get the point. I mean, they are struggling up there. Where they measure the snow, it's a 21-inch depth right now, and the snowpack officially on Mount Hood, site specific, is down to 36% of normal. And maybe you're like me, surprised it's not even lower than that. But again, 36% of normal stored water up there in that 21-inch depth that we have up on Mount Hood. All right, here's a look at what the projections are for the snow level just for the next several days. We're going to be totally dry up there tonight, tomorrow, Thursday. Notice the snow levels right up here, 7,000 feet. Yeah. So that's melting snow during the day. Here's Government Camp's elevation, 4,000 feet. Now, here's the one system that is going to bring us some promise. There's a front coming in Friday morning. It's into the valley around 9 o'clock. And the upper level kind of back end of the system literally won't pass the Cascades until we get into early evening. So that's going to be developing snow up there. I mean, the snow level to begin with could be 5,000 feet. But I think very quickly Friday morning, the snow level is down to 4,000 feet. And then the afternoon, what I have here, it's all the way down to 2,000 feet. And right now, I'm thinking there's a good chance Government Camp will get 4 inches of snow, maybe more. There's a good chance that Meadows up in the timberline will get 10 inches of snow. And maybe it's more, but I feel like that's the best kind of range right now is 4 to 10 inches. So it's not a monster a snowstorm, but let's face it, the resorts are absolutely struggling to keep their doors open right now, so to speak. So anything on fresh powder will be good. Notice the forecast goes back to dry on Saturday and Sunday, and there's a little bit of a warming trend, although it doesn't get crazy warm, I don't believe, over this weekend. Now, here's that information that I promised you a moment ago. This shows you Mount Hood snow levels all the way through New Year's Eve. So notice the Government Camp line. So again, we're above, looks like we're dry on Christmas Day. Snow level goes up to about 5,500 feet. That's obviously no travel problems over the Cascade Passes. It'll be dry, and anything that, snow and ice from Friday will be long melted by then. And then notice there are some snow days next week with the snow level. There's Wednesday about 3,500 feet. Friday of next week, snow level is 3,000 feet. And then New Year's Day, a week from this Monday, the snow level is 3,000 feet. And right now, it looks like on that Monday, where did I write this down? New Year's Eve, that could be a decent snowmaker. Maybe that is I've got in my notes the potential for a 6 to 10 inch snow event on January 1st. But leading up to then, let's see here. I've got Wednesday. Sorry, I'm kind of doing this backwards as you look at snow levels. I've got, let's see here, Wednesday of next week, the chance of maybe, anywhere from 1 to 4 inches of snow. And then I've got Sunday the 31st, a chance of developing snow into that 6 to 10 inches on New Year's Eve, so on New Year's Day. So really, the best window of really getting dumped on up there is looking to set up for New Year's Eve, that Sunday, into New Year's Day on Monday. So we'll see if that comes true. All this image does right here is show you what the projected snow levels are. It doesn't show you snow amounts, but just starting to get some days below mountain passes would be a tremendous, tremendous improvement up on the mountain. Clearly not seeing any travel issues with the dry forecast this coming Saturday, Sunday, or Monday on Christmas Day. So here's my Mount Hood snow forecast. Again, this is courtesy of the good people at Hillcrest Ski Shop or Hillcrest Sports. They're in Gresham on your way up to Mount Hood. All dry tomorrow, 41 degrees. All dry Thursday, 43 degrees at government camp. Friday, there's that 4 to 10-inch snow amount with the snow levels down here falling to 2,000 feet. And then, as I mentioned, we're back to dry on Saturday. And we're back to dry on Sunday with afternoon temperatures getting well above freezing. So that is, 5 days that are basically hinging on the promise of this coming Friday to produce some snow. Hey, the rainy start we had this morning, I thought the modeling did a pretty good job. And hopefully you got the message from me that the rainiest part of this Friday was going to be late last overnight into this morning, into mid-morning, and that turned out to be exactly true. One of the wettest spots, by the way, was PDX, 51/100ths of an inch. That now puts our, get this, that now puts our December total for Portland at 7.44 inches. Normally the entire month picks up, I think it's 5.7 or 5.77. So we are well above that mark, aren't we? Yeah. The water year total, by the way, going back to October 1st is 15.20, and that's running 2.68 inches above normal. But anyway, these are the amounts since midnight. North Bend leading the way, obviously, at 102. We had around a half of an inch up in Vancouver as well, and then it was roughly a quarter of an inch of rain that fell up in the Kelso Longview area. And now we're completely dry. And again, we're dry tonight, we're dry tomorrow, we're dry Thursday. One story that we covered on the news on Channel 8 this morning at KGW was the east winds. I've mentioned this a little bit. Really, it's been ongoing on and off for a couple of weeks now. Whenever you get an east wind direction with a temperature inversion, that often leads to really strong winds at Crown Point in the Vista House on that horizontal plane up in elevation in the Columbia River Gorge. So right now, those winds are still from the east, and they're still blowing to 45 miles per hour. At noon today, the winds were down to 54. If you go back to yesterday, they were gusting to 71. And if you go back to Sunday, we had the so-called hurricane force wind gust reaching 83 miles per hour. And if you're new to our area, I refer to Crown Point as kind of our own little amusement park of weather. It's a place that people literally would drive up to that lookout just to get out of their car and feel the sensation of the wind blowing them around. And if you've never done it, maybe you'll have a good time doing it. Maybe you won't. But you got to be careful when you open up your car door. I can tell you that much. And even last night, it wasn't just Crown Point. Last night, I think this was before midnight in the 11 o'clock hour, Corbett, which is up in elevation 2, as you know, had a gust of 69. At any rate, the temperature inversion should be completely gone by tomorrow morning. So by tomorrow morning, I expect these winds at Crown Point to be still from the east, but no more than about 25 miles per hour. Looks like the temperature inversion will start to pick back up a little bit on Thursday, but not so much tomorrow. Anyway, that's the latest on the fun wind ride of the Vista House up at Crown Point. Okay, let's talk about our weather patterns, shall we? Here's the water vapor imagery on the left. These are the current images. And you can see the little circular formation here. That's that upper level low. There was a secondary low that was north of this system that actually worked into our area this morning, and that was the charge of the rain that we got. This low is going to continue to set to our south and really have no impact on us whatsoever. And then you've got the red arrow here, kind of a westerly zonal flow that the energy is mostly going into Canada. So we're going to be in the middle, what we call a split flow, tomorrow and Thursday. And that would give us dry weather, and certainly away from the gorge, it would give us light winds. Now, here's the current image. This is on the IR infrared satellite picture. And this I wanted to show you because it does a good job of pointing out the cold front. Forgive my kind of crude freehand drawing of the cold front. But this is that Friday front that comes into the valley around 9 o'clock is current timing. Weather models give Portland a good half of an inch of rain, again, from this system. And again, hoping that is as much as 10 inches, maybe a foot. Maybe we really get lucky at Meadows and Timberline during the day. Right now, Friday, if it's morning rain with the front, there's going to be occasional shots of rain continuing through the afternoon. We could see drying, or at least the rain pattern, become quite scattered by Friday evening. But much of Friday, I think, is just going to be an old-fashioned rainy day. All right, how much rain? I mentioned I'm thinking about a half of an inch. These are rain totals for this coming Friday. This shows 3/4 of an inch of rain in Tillamook, 67/100ths in Astoria. Shows 62/100ths in Kelso Longview. This shows 65/100ths in Portland. When I look at it, I think, well, it's a half of an inch. But maybe we'll get more. This shows 6/10 of an inch or so all the way down through Albany and all the way down into Eugene. So that would be good news. Up in Seattle, you see how widespread the rain is. This puts out 56/100ths of an inch. And there's that 7/10 of an inch getting into the Cascade slopes. And that's the reason that I'm thinking 8, 9, 10 inches of meadows and timberline. And let's hope it's even more than that. We'll see. But whatever it ends up being, it's just that one day. It's just on Friday, and then we'll be out of it. Here's the 7-day, and you know what? I want to, well, let's go ahead and talk about this, but hold on, because I am going to get to the flow pattern real quick for those of you who like to see that animation play out. So fog to sun tomorrow. Not really expecting any freezing temps in the valley. In fact, I got Portland at 40. The afternoon's going to be warm. It was upper 50s today down in Salem. I didn't check and see what the actual climate report is, but if you Google Salem, you might be able to get their high. But at one point, it was 57 and 58 degrees in Salem and Albany, and that was at noon today. So it's crazy warm. Tomorrow's going to be pretty warm too, 55. Fog to sun Thursday. Now, Thursday morning, we could start to get some frosty spots in the valley. I've got Portland at 36. And then Friday with the rain coming in, 42, 47, a pretty steady temperature day. And then just like that, we're back to dry. I've got frosty conditions Sunday, warming up to 49. I've got dry weather Christmas Eve into Christmas morning. And then Christmas Day, I have taken out the rain chance. A partly sunny day, breezy east winds picking up. I think we have a chance to hit 50 degrees during the day. It's pretty mild. And then there's a shower chance on Tuesday with rain looking more likely on that following Wednesday. That's what I'm looking at right now. And now for those of you that like to see the flow pattern, I think this is fun. Let's take you through it. So this is Thursday afternoon. And right here is that cold trough that is going to be the front coming in on Friday. So see where the contours dip. This is Friday at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So this is the upper level axis. And before you start to cancel the rain, you need the upper level axis, which trails the surface front, to swing through. So this is why I think through the afternoon hours, we potentially are pretty wet. Then this comes through in the evening and we start to dry out. It's a chilly day. Snow level's down to about 2,000 feet. This is a 546 contour for Portland. That's the polar jet. Again, I wish this animation highlighted the 546 contour, because that's what I was always taught is a polar jet height. But instead it highlights the 540 contour for whatever. But anyway, 546 contour, that's chilly. That's a 2,000-foot snow level. That makes sense. Here's the ridging for Saturdays. We go dry. Here's the ridging still for Sundays. We go dry. Here's Christmas Day. We're getting a warmer southwesterly flow aloft. The trough still sets back here. Now, this could be throwing some clouds our way. You can make the case that Christmas Day sees increasing clouds and maybe clouds over during the day, but I really feel like all the models are keeping it dry. Here's Tuesday. Instead of that system coming in, it just kind of holds out to sea and backs off. Shower chance on Tuesday, but maybe we stay dry. And now Wednesday, that's what I'm talking about. Now Wednesday, you can see it's starting to swing inland, and that would be some likely rain coming into our area. But it kind of backs off on Thursday, and then Friday. Here's a new system. This is that one that I think potentially New Year's Eve night, Sunday night into Monday, could give us a pretty good round of snow up in the Cascades. Let's see what the latest animation. Yeah, see how this let me back it up. So this is Sunday, and then instead of holding out to sea, it kind of swings in. You see that? Yeah, right here. It just kind of swings in a little bit. Swings in. So that is some rain on New Year's Day and hopefully some pretty good snow. I mean, this doesn't show that it's really cold. That's about a 543, 544 contour. That would, I think when I looked, I thought there was a potential for snow levels to be at 4,000 feet, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. Well, that is what we have on this Tuesday night. Tomorrow is the last full day of winter. Again, the solstice, our local time, is 7:27 Thursday evening when the new winter season begins. For now, I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. My weather site's portlandweather.com. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel if you have not done so. That helps me out, and I'll talk to you soon.